Hey everybody, how's it going? Have you been pulling the dendamas that you've been collecting from the Taiga quest? I have finished personally, so I am glad it's over because these Dream Sharl type quests definitely take a lot out of you. But I thought I'd give you some stats on how it went for me, and maybe it will motivate, demotivate you from finishing. There is about a week left from the time I post this video, so make sure if you want. It's 3 max lux that you can get in a fairly easy manner. The quest is really easy, so as long as you have the time and are just willing to put in a little bit of effort. It is tedious, but it is a quick way to get some max lux. And as you can see, it says the Hatcher is up until November 4th, but do be aware that the quest itself finishes on November 2nd, Japan time. Make sure you account for time zone differences there. So do be careful about that. Now, let me give you some stats about how things went for me personally. Of course, remember, just because this is how it went for me doesn't mean you will end up getting the same results, but you might use it as reference. So, dendamas, how many did I take? It was 1,070 of them, so 107 10 pulls. Now, of those 107, 17 of those ended up being a bakshi, which is I only got the 4 stars. Kosaka, I think so, and Heiwajima, the fire and dark monsters. But 17 out of 107, as I don't think that was that bad. 16% certainly seems like a fairly low number. Now, of those 107, actually 42 of them had swords in them. That's more than a third of my rolls. Almost, what, a fifth? No, 2/5 of my rolls had sword in them. And if you see a sword, you are guaranteed to get one of those 5-6 star monsters. And in fact, it looks like it guarantees a little bit more than that, but I'll go into that detail a little bit later. So I said I finished, so let's take a look. So what was the finish order, right? Somebody had to come in first, and first place went to Misaka Mikoto. Huh? Is that the right name? I think so. She was the first one to finish off for me, followed by Shiba, Tatsuya, and Miyuki. And lagging behind was Asuna and Kirito. Now let's see what the values were there. So I was able to finish Misaka on my 98th roll, and in the end, actually, I only got 6 overflow, which isn't too bad. Followed by the Shiba gang, the water group, and that was on the 103rd roll. And in the end, I only had 4 overflow. And as for Asuna and Kirito, finished them off at the 108th roll and finished perfectly at 99 luck. And as you can see, the fact that they are this balanced is pretty amazing. Like previous Dream Sharl Hatcher, they definitely got skewed pretty badly. So I'm actually pretty grateful that it was very even in terms of balancing there. So that's pretty awesome. Now, as for our 4-star, 5-star, Heiwajima ended up taking the win there. I got a 461 of him, and Kosaka, I think it was Kosaka, and Kuroneko just lost out by 3. Got 458 of her. And just in case you're curious, here it was a luck breakdown. So Misaka, I did get a bunch of 3 luck with her. Shiba, I managed to get 5 lucks of him. That's pretty crazy. And Asuna and Kirito definitely skewed towards the 1s, 2s, so that's a little unfortunate there. Now, I love working with numbers, so I actually kept track of every single pull in full detail. Now, it might be a little small here, but hopefully you can squint in there. If not, let me know. I'll upload this Excel sheet so you can take a look. So, now remember what I was saying. When you got a sword, it meant you are guaranteed to get one of these 5-6 star monsters. But in fact, it also guaranteed that you would get at least 3 luck of one of those monsters. So let's take a look. So we're gonna get rid of all the bakshis. That means absolutely nothing, right? So let's get rid of those. Now let's take a look at the ones that actually had the sword. So we'll pick yes. Now for clarity purposes, I did darken the columns that are for 3, 4, 5 luck. And as you can see, every row that has a sword in it has at least one of them with the darkened section. Right, and that is true for every single one. Now, of course, there could be additional ones in the 1 or 2 column, but at the very least, we definitely got 3 or more luck with a sword, and that is actually pretty awesome. I mean, that going forward, hopefully they keep this trend up. But going forward, this means that if you get the confirmation action, you're gonna get at least 3 luck out of it, and I don't know, it just makes it a little bit more exciting. And I mean, when I realized that, I watched one of GameWith's video with Shiro and Naopiro, and they were saying that somebody was saying about this, and I was pretty happy that I was keeping track of all this data from my side too. But yeah, it is definitely true. Now let's take a look at the reverse. So let's say if we didn't get a sword, right, it actually meant the opposite. You were gonna get at most 2 luck. As you can see, when I didn't get a sword, there was never an instance where you got 3 or more luck out of it. So the 3 or more luck were exclusively for pulls that had swords in them. I did hear something about there was a frog or something, or some other toy on the shelves. Of course, I didn't notice that or hear that until much later, so I didn't take a video of everything, at least. So I can't verify that part. But you can take away from this video is that if you saw a sword, you're guaranteed at least one of Shiba, Misaka, or Asuna and Kirito, and one of their lucks is gonna be at least 3. On the converse, if you don't see a sword and you do end up getting one of those, they will be at most 2 luck. So yeah, you can call me a nerd now because I love this kind of stuff, but hey, if it's somewhat helpful for you there, use it and roll with it. As you can see, we'll just go back to this summary screen. 1070 dendamas. I mean, it's not too bad because that quest is so easy. Just have a strong no gravity bounce type monster and you should be good. I mean, the hit rate was pretty awesome for me from my side, and it was at least not as painful as other quests or Dream Shop quests that I remember from before. Alright, well, that is it. Today was just a status update, so actually, you know what, let's just do 1 pull. Yeah, why not? We'll pull from the new hatcher. I'll just do a single pull. Legends, of course, should be coming out at the end of the month or at the start of the month. Alright, here we go. So I'm gonna save the rolls for that, but might as well pull one. So here we go. Strike shot. Alright, and I'm just gonna end this as soon as it breaks. Here we go. Bye bye. Until next.